All right, 97.7 Outlaw Radio FM listeners, you already know what time it is, and right here, right now, we actually are joined by a hip hop legendary veteran. We have the Monsta of the Rhyme Syndicate right here live on the line, man. How are you doing this evening?
Doing good. How about y'all, man?
Oh man, doing best we can possibly be down here in Canada, man. Just enjoying the week. I hope everything is all good with yourself out there in Compton, California.
Everything's good, man. Everything's good. Hope you guys can hear me real good. What up, Canada?
Hey, we can definitely hear you all the way from Compton right down here to the Great White North of Canada, man. We can hear you loud and clear.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's get to it.
But I want to take you back, man, to the mid 1980s, where you were actually going by the name Funky Fresh Monsta, where you actually were a part of the hip hop collective, the Union. I was wondering if you could actually tell our listeners a story behind that group, and of course, just your early days in the hip hop community.
Well, the union. I mean, let's start off first. We used to make underground tapes and do music for my boys, and I got caught up in a situation. I was around 18, and I was locked up in a place called Biscaloo. So what happened was there was a guy in there named Dave, and Dave's cousin was Fela Al. Fela Al had connections to uh, the early music industry. A lot of people don't mention Fela Al, but Fela Al is he's a pioneer in regards to LA hip hop too, who had a lot to do with such actors as Candyman and his brother named TNT up out of LA. So what happened was, he took interest in me, and the first person we went to was Dr. Dre at the time, and I guess Dr. Dre, I guess he had a certain feel at the time, so I just wasn't the guy for him at the time. So moving forward, my good buddies, DJ Walt and my brother to this day, Doug Young, they were looking for me, man, and they had a record deal for me, man, and that was with Capitol Records with the Union album. So we were a collective, which was me, KMC, which is Incidents, and Rock Holiday, Poison Ivy, uh, Jammin' James, just Kingstar, rest in peace. It was a lot of us, man. So, that's where it started at, man. My first time, having access to the industry like that.
And also, as well, you actually inked a deal with Capitol Records, while actually being mentored by Doug Young. I was wondering if you can actually tell our listeners just the story behind this record deal, and of course, like, how did you actually originally get discovered by Capitol Records?
Well, it was actually Doug Young and M. Walt, because they saw us as youngsters from the streets, man, you know who had a talent, man, and he wanted to take us beyond the streets, and that's what Doug Young did, man. I'm forever grateful to Doug Young, man, because without him, it wouldn't have moved forward, in the beginning like that for us. It was definitely, you know, uh, a turning point for us because, a lot of us, we came from the radio station, K-Day as well, back in the days, which was a 24/7 hip-hop radio station. And that was due being part of Greg Mack.
And I gotta say as well, Greg Mack is a phenomenal individual, man. It's crazy to actually hear as well. He's still doing his thing like 40 plus years later.
Yes, still a good friend to this day. I got love for Greg Mack. There's a lot of people, that I had the chance to be involved with, even by me being at K-Day, such as Lisa Cannon, Russ Parr, uh, J.J. Johnson, It was a great experience for me.
And also, as well, before we move off the topic of the Union, on Capitol Records, you guys actually dropped a 12-inch vinyl single, self-titled vinyl, that is, the Union, in 1989. I was wondering if you can actually touch base on this earlier release project, and of course, has it been since uploaded to the internet for this generation to actually kind of like check out and listen to some of your earlier on work?
Well, I know I've seen it recently popping up on YouTube. But as far as like the streaming services, nah, it's not up there. And there are places that still sell the vinyl. You can go online and represent the Union. You'll find it that way too.
And also, as well, as the world knows, you were actually a member of Ice-T's Rhyme Syndicate. I was wondering if you can actually tell our listeners the story behind this group, and of course, how did you originally get connected with Ice-T?
Well, to this day, I'm still a member of Rhyme Syndicate. Well, what happened is when the Syndicate disbanded, shortly after that, is when I joined up with the Syndicate because, my partner was over there first, DJ Aladdin, and I was the one who put DJ Aladdin in the game. So, it was a perfect fit for me. So that's where I ended up being. And, Syndicate is one of the world's first big hip hop crews. And, to this day, me and Ice, we still chop it up. We got some things coming.
And I gotta say as well, man, you can never go wrong with some Ice-T, man. Such a talented and diverse individual within the entertainment industry, man. Like he's still going hard. I think over 20 plus seasons on Law and Order SVU.
Right. Yeah, and he's still touring. Touring with the rap music and the metal music with Body Count as well.
And also, congratulations to him as well, because I know Body Count just recently, I think within the past few years, actually finally won a Grammy. And I say finally because it's long overdue, in my honest opinion.
Yeah, that's big. And, I'm proud of him. I'm proud of him for it, man, because he, the world was first introduced to Body Count when Ice dropped the original Gangsta album. And, ever since then, it's been going really strong, man. And, that Body Count was formed because of Ernie C., which is Ice's longtime friend, man. So, man, I'm happy for him.
And also as well, before we move off the topic of Ice-T, in the year '96, you were actually featured on Ice-T's album Return of the Real, actually on the song Dear Homie, where you actually went under the name Godfather. I was wondering if you can actually tell our listeners a bit more about the story behind this recording session, and of course, what was it like just being able to work on this particular project?
Well, at the time, I was working on my album, and I was pretty much real close to signing with Loud Records. But with that particular song right there, the song was just me by myself at first because the song was dedicated to a friend of mine who passed away, John Gilliam, which is DJ Battlecat's brother. As one of my best friends. So actually, when I recorded the song, Ice heard it, and he loved it so much to where he wanted to be a part of it, to where it's like I'm the person living and I'm talking to my deceased partner who's responding back to me. So that's what Dear Homie is about.
And also as well, you actually had the opportunity to be featured on South Central Cartel Presents Murder Squad Nationwide on the song On That Ass in the year '95. I was wondering if you can actually tell us a bit more about that. And of course, how did you actually get connected with the SCC and the Murder Squad?
Yeah, I've been doing research. Man, we were all in the studio together one day. It was Kitchen Sink in Hollywood where we were recording. And, those are friends of mine too, Prodigy, Havoc, Ron Son, Mouthpiece, shout out to them fellas, man, because, we fed off each other, man. You know, as far as the energy of the music, man. So it came about when we were all in 50 Seat Studios one day.
And I gotta say, man, that Nationwide project is absolutely phenomenal, man. Like, I don't even think there's a song that's even skippable on this particular project, man. I really wish there was a Murder Squad Nationwide Part 2, but I'm just happy we got this phenomenal project.
Right. And yeah, man. It's a lot of other stuff I didn't have my hands in on too, man. So, yeah, I'm just thankful, man, to be recognized as a talent in the industry.
And I gotta say as well, man, definitely before we move off the topic, definitely shout out to SCC. They actually aired their Gangsta Conversations here on 97.7 FM on Saturday nights, man. So it's definitely just an honor to be able to work alongside those individuals, man. A phenomenal gang of individuals. And also as well, man, you actually did production work for Crimson Monroe on his project Hennessy. I was wondering, how did yourself and Crimson originally meet? And of course, what was it like just working alongside him on that project?
Man, let me tell you, Crimson, that's my brother from another mother, man. Like, we've been going for a long time, man. And for those who don't know about Crimson Monroe, formerly RC, we still call him RC, who was signed to Aftermath, Dr. Dre's Aftermath. He was also signed to Ruthless, member of Pope Broken Lonely. It was just that time for us to get together, man, and put it back in motion, man. And right now, he's working on new music that I'm producing for him, as well as some other producers as well.
And I have to say, do you actually have any more work that you're currently doing in the future with Crimson, or was that just kind of what's one of those projects that's kind of like a one-time thing for you guys?
No, actually working on my album, his album. Then we also got a joint album coming together called Crimson Monsta. Yeah, it's gonna be pretty amazing.
And also as well, on June 27th of 2019, you actually released the amazing 20-track album titled When It's All Said and Done. I was wondering if you can actually tell our listeners the story behind this amazing album, and of course, where can we actually buy or stream ourselves a copy of it today?
Well, that's available on all the streaming platforms. And when I make my music, man, I like to give something to people to feed off of, man. No extras, man.
And I do gotta say, man, it definitely is a phenomenal project. So I do suggest if individuals haven't listened to it yet, definitely head on over there and actually snag yourselves a copy.
Yes. Listen to that album. Listen to Dead Serious too. I just want to be informative in the music, man, because a lot of my favorite in the game has always been informative.
And also as well, December of 2021, you actually did more production work for Ice-T on his song titled "Follow the Leader," that is actually entirely produced by you, of course. I was wondering if you can actually tell our listeners a bit more about this recently produced single, and of course, what was it like just actually being able to work alongside Ice-T on this project?
Man, when I sent the track to Ice, and right off the bat, he sent the stems. And so once I sent the stems, 3 days later, he flew the track back. So, man, I mean, Ice, when Ice gets up in the booth, man, Ice doesn't play with it. When Ice hears something that he really feels, he's on it.
And I do gotta say, Ice-T is, as everybody knows, Ice-T is probably one of the hardest working individuals within the industry, man. So, if he gets in the booth, you already know it's going to be magic.
Right. Because this is not our first go round. Because we had other songs together as well, man. Because being a Latin did the West Coast Rider album, and me and Ice are on a song together called "What Really Goes On." So then he's also on another song on the album called "Down with Us," which is my guy LP.
But I have to ask, Monsta, what is next for yourself, man? Is there anything we happen to miss during tonight's broadcast? Anything else you do still want to talk about or promote? Or we still got you here live on the Canadian FM dial this evening?
Right now, I'm in the process of, like I said, recording my next album, which is called Frequencies. Then I got the Crimson Monroe album coming. Then we got the Crimson Monster. But we also, coming with the Syndicate apparel. Putting that back, in the mix. Me, my Syndicate brothers, which is Shawnee Mac, Paulie Mac, and myself, and that's greenlit by Ice-T. So we're coming with the apparel, so people can be a part of what we're doing as far as the Rhyme Syndicate is concerned.
And I have to ask, with your new album that's actually currently in the works, do you actually plan on having hard copies available for the listeners that still do love the CD copies?
Yeah, I probably press up some limited copies of this album. That's something to look forward to.
And also, Monsta, this is a time in the interview quickly that I give a chance for the individual that does slide into the radio station airwaves, just a chance to give shoutouts to whomever they want to give shoutouts to, but most of all, man, your social media handles. That way our listeners can follow you and stay updated on everything the Monsta if they're not already doing so.
Right, yeah, follow me at Monsta Beats with 3 Z's on the end at Instagram, and definitely want to shout out to my whole crew, starting from my wife, Slim, down to Ice, Crimson, Paulie, Shawnee, Hot Dollar, so many people, Gangsta Biz, Cable, Alcoholics. So, by the way, I got a joint that I did with them that's pretty hot, too.
And I gotta say, first and foremost, Monsta, thank you so much, man, for just giving us a bit of your time here this evening and sliding into the 97.7 FM radio dial, man. It definitely was an honor and most definitely a privilege, man. And hopefully down the line we can make this happen again sometime soon.
Okay. All right, man. I appreciate it, man. I definitely want to slide y'all one of the new songs from the album. So, hit me with that link so I can email it to you. And, y'all can get a vibe of what the new album is going to be about.
Hey, most definitely. If you send it, we here at Outlaw Radio FM are definitely going to spin it.
Okay, no doubt. Man, I appreciate you. Thanks for having me.
You're most certainly welcome, man. I'm pretty sure down the line we definitely shall talk again soon, man. Thank you so much again.
All right, thank you, man. All right.